Good evening. How is everyone? Thank you once again for clicking on my channel. I hope that everyone is doing fantastic, having a wonderful evening. Hope that you had a wonderful weekend. Since today is Monday. And yeah, my hair is wild. I really need to get a haircut. I have yet to get one. But that's not the point. That's not the point of this video. This is not the point. Um, however, even though I'm lying in bed once again. I'm wearing a kind of a beat it up, washed, worn stab shirt. Because I am and forever will be a Scream fan. Um, and I said, you know what? Why not revisit all of the Scream films? Which it's not like I've never done, but in honor of Scream 7 coming out next week, I said, why don't I watch them, review them, rate them on my channel, right? Why not? Why not? Anyway, so obviously have to start with the original. You can't go out of order. I mean you could, but then why would you do that? Um anyway, so I just finished watching Scream for the upteenth time. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen Scream. It's not like I would have to watch it to like talk about it, but I just said, what the hell? I mean, I love the film, so anyway, um Scream, it came out in 1996, and this movie obviously is directed by Wes Craven, written by Kevin Williamson. And if I really have to say, if it wasn't for this film, I don't know how horror would be today. Scream literally is what revitalized horror, the horror genre. And I think I thank Kevin for these films. And yeah, I mean, RIP to Wes, but yeah, he's had some stinkers, but he's had some good ones as well. But yeah, this is a slasher horror dark comedy teen horror kind of whodunit movie. And yeah, so okay, so let's just dive on in, shall we? It states that in a small town of Woodsboro, California, a mass killer known as Ghostface begins murdering high school students, and a group of friends must use their knowledge of horror movies to unmask the killer. And that is pretty much it. And when this movie came out, again, it was one of its kind. It's like no one has ever done a movie like this. And again, at the time, again, if you watch like the well, I say watch, look at the poster, you're gonna have the the names at the bottom. I'm gonna show you. Hopefully, you can see without there's glare, but you see it has David Arquette, Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, um, I forget who's next. Matthew Lillard, Rose McGowan, Skeet Ulrich, and Drew Barrymore. Typically, the names would be in order, but when they're out of order, and has been a theory of mine ever since I don't know, maybe the second one, maybe third. We're gonna say the second one, just for giggle's sake. That if they're in order and one of them is out of order, like Drew Barrymore because she was a known, very much known actress. She's gonna die. She's gonna die. And again, with that being said, a well-known actress of her caliber has never died in the first opening scene. And that first opening scene, oh my god, it was like one of its kind. It was an original, like no one has ever done that. You're answering the phone, you don't know who's on the other line. And first of all, let me just say this. Friends of mine always make fun of me because two things. I have a lot of black friends, and when you have black friends, and you know black people, they're gonna be the ones who be like, I ain't answering no phone. I don't know. That could be a bill collector. That could. I'm not. No. This. Just, it makes me laugh. But then people again, they're like, "You're so black." I'm just like, look. If I don't recognize the number, I'm not answering the phone. So I mean, if you think about that, put that into consideration. I mean, at the time, they didn't have you didn't have the caller ID, could screen the call, whatever. And so you kind of had to answer the phone to see who it was. But if you feel like someone is just going to keep calling and calling, then hey, that is your sign. Don't pick up the phone. But then that would have been like, what would have happened? I guess he would have just broke in and then killed you. I don't. We don't know. We don't know these things because that's how the script was written. Anyway, um, so on from that, you have, like I stated, you have David Arquette, Courtney Cox, Nev Campbell. Oh my God, and Roger L. Jackson, who is the voice of Ghostface and the voice of so many other iconic characters, like in animated films and animated like voiceovers. Um, he is just has that voice so iconic now as known as Ghostface. It's just so like I don't know. It's just it does something to me. It really does. It does something to me. And then you got. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go in order with who they play, as if we don't already know. Nev Campbell plays Sidney Prescott. Courtney Cox, Gail Weathers, David Arquette, Deputy Dewey Riley. Um, Drew Bar- Drew Barrymore played Casey Becker again, who died in the opening sequence. Um, Skeet Ulrich, Billy Loomis. Um, I don't know him, but he played Sydney's father, um, Mr. Neil Prescott, Lawrence Heck. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce his name. Earl Brown played Kenny, who was the cameraman. Rose McGowan, Tatum, Matthew Lillard, Stu, Jamie Kennedy, Randy, and that's kind of all we need to know. So again, as if I don't know anyone who has not seen Scream. At least the first one, right? So I probably don't need to go any further. But let's just say this is your first time watching this. Um, I think you would definitely get a shock value. You um you would probably be surprised of like one of the opening sequence, because I think that is such a very iconic opening sequence. Um, where it goes, how far it goes, and then to figure out the motive of why they're doing this. So, um, I'm gonna spoil this again, saying this because I'm like, who has not seen Scream? So, anyway, um, Stu and Billy are the killers in Scream, and their motive is um basically scary movies. They get their ideas from scary movies. And he also blamed Sydney's mother because if it wasn't for her sleeping with his father, his mother would not have abandoned him. So he feels like he would not have been this deranged person, you know? And I don't know. He never gave his why he's doing it. That's Stu. But he just he's sticking with his motive, which again is the same as Billy's the movies. But at least Billy gave a more direct answer. He's blaming his mother. I mean her mother. There were some characters that I kind of wish would have at least stuck around to the second one. But hey, you know what? People gotta die. They have got to die. So you know, Tatum died. I feel like in a weird way in a garage, um, door opener. Um, I just that's something that's just such like so unbelievable. Um, the principal died. Principal Henry, which is Henry Winkler played. Um, and obviously Matthew Lillard, Stu, and Skeet Ulrich's Billy, they died. Now, a lot of people like to question whether or not Matthew Lillard's character, Stu, really died because they just said that he had the TV dropped on him. You could have survived that. Um, I have two theories on that, and I don't think you could have survived that. Now, if it was just the TV landing on him and not getting electrocuted, maybe. But TVs back then were a lot heavier than they are now. We're talking about the 90s here. I'm born in the 80s, so 90s really are my life. I know the 90s in and out. So, with that being said, again, if it was just the TV killing, I mean, not killing him, just landing on him without electrocuting him, maybe. I don't know. But it also electrocuted him. So I'm going to say he died. But again, a lot of people saying, well, he's coming back for this new movie. It's also AI. It's AI, people. So we're gonna watch this movie and we're gonna see how he is portrayed throughout this film. But they even talk about that in Scream 6 with Kirby and damn, I forget her name in the movie, but Jasmine's character. Um, anyway, um, so yeah, Ghostface has definitely been taunting Sydney throughout the film, killing people that she knows and loves, and just a crazy situation that she was involved in. And then also finding out that she may have convicted the wrong person of killing her mother. Then finding out that Billy and Stu is the one who killed her mother. But then you also find out, spoiler alert, because I'm skipping movies, in part three, that her brother is the one who killed her. Uh, Actually, coercing um, the idea, giving them the motive, Billy and Stu, of, I guess, killing Maureen Prescott. So it's like he did it, but also they did it, if that makes any sense. Um, but yeah. So she convicted Cotton Weary and got that wrong. You see Cotton Weary more so in Scream 2 and then in the beginning of Scream 3. Mm-hmm. This is true. True story, people. And yeah, so I myself ranking this movie out of 10. Hmm. I don't know if I want to give it like a 9 out of a 10 or a 10 out of a 10. Because like I really love this movie because I've seen it so many times. But I also like Scream 4 as well. But then without Scream, you wouldn't have Scream 2, 3, or 4, or all these other ones, you know? So, I think I'm going to stick with 9, and then maybe rank the other ones maybe a little lower. When I say little, like maybe 8 or 7. And I'll continue this tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. But, until I get to Scream 6. And then when I get to Scream 7, we'll see how and what order do I put that in. Um, but right now, yeah, I think I'm gonna go 9 out of 10. And I thought it's a very original. It's iconic. It was fresh at the time. Um, it had its humor to it. Um, and again, if you haven't seen it as many times as I have, it's not scary. But of course, I don't find a lot of things scary. But I do love the meta um, in these movies. Um, but yeah, I give it a 9 out of a 10, and I've enjoyed it. I always enjoy it. We'll always enjoy it. um, yeah, I think that's kind of it. Um, I know you've all seen this. So tell me, what is your ranking? How do you feel about the movie when you first watched it? How you feel about it now if you continue to watch it? Um, yeah. Um, Comment down below, please do so. And please get more people to subscribe and subscribe yourself if you haven't already. Um, Again, I do plan to do more things than just movies and TV, but I just really haven't got around to it. And ever since me and my ex co I don't know what you want to call this person that was in my life. I guess co-creator of my previous channel. But you know, we're no longer friends also, but we don't work together either. Um, but I'm also trying to focus on my movies and TV, and then I'm also going to get back. I can't get back. Start doing other things to review as well. So, anyway, that is all I got for you today. And I hope you have a great rest of your evening. And I hope you have a fantastic Tuesday. All right, thanks. Bye.